global entry, the TSA PreCheck, the other persons who don't have it can't come through. So, you know, children can have access to it as well. So why not go ahead and apply for them? As I say, if you're not in a rush to get it, then you can always wait. But if you're in a rush to get it, then, you know, fly to another country, and then on your arrival back into the US, you definitely can go ahead and try to see if that will trigger for you to actually do the interview. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we're going to talk about global entry today, whether or not it is worth it, and I'm just going to give you some quick information regarding it. So if you are a nurse, if you're a traveler, you know, if you're just an enthusiast and you are just somebody that has an interest in the channel here, just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. But if you're somebody that travels a lot, you're an international student, you're an international nurse, or, you know, as I say, just somebody who loves to travel, then definitely global entry is something that you might be interested in. And I'm going to tell you what it is, how it works, and you'll decide whether or not it is worth it for you, and then you can decide on applying. All right, if you haven't subscribed as yet to the channel, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe, like, share, turn the notification bell on, and remember to hit the thumbs up button. All right, remember to hit the thumbs up button. So what is global entry? So global entry is a US program that allows pre-approved low-risk travelers to skip the line or the long custom line whenever they're traveling or returning to the US here. It includes the TSA PreCheck, and usually you'll see that at the airport, where a lot of persons will be going through a little bit faster through security because they've already been screened. So instead of waiting in those long immigration line, you just go over to the kiosk, scan your passport, get a fingerprint, answer a few questions, and you'll be on your way out. All right, so it takes a few minutes when you use it. The process is very, very smooth. When it comes on to global entry, persons who have a permanent residency card, or if you're a US citizen, definitely can go ahead and do the application. Some foreign nationals can also apply for it. So you definitely need your passport, you need to get your background check done, and then you have to do an in-person interview. The in-person interview is like the easiest interview you'll ever do. You basically just go sit down sideways, take a picture. Yeah, you're not supposed to be sideways, but based on how the chairs are, you know, set up at the time when I was doing mine, that's how it went. You know, I was sitting down to take the picture sideways, and that was it. Just ask one question and done. So in order to go ahead and start the process though, you definitely need to apply online. You have to create a trusted traveler account on the US Customs Border and Protection website. After that, the application takes about $100 for each person, and usually once approved, it is valid for 5 years. After that, you apply. After you've applied and pay the fee, then you go ahead and do your interview. And the interview can be done two ways. You can actually leave the country, and then on entering the country, you can do the interview with the immigration officer when you're checking in back into in the US here, or you can actually go ahead and make an appointment at the different sites. So most of the airports tend to have that, and usually you'll go in and do the interview from there. And the process usually takes about, they say, up to 6 to 8 months, but for some strange reason it took about 1 year, 11 months before I got mine. And when I was heading back into the US, I got a message to say that I can go ahead and set up my appointment for the interview, and so that's how I ended up doing the interview. I never did the interview at the time when I was coming back into the US. I went ahead and set up another date and go back to the airport and get that interview done. If you have children and you definitely have your global entry, it is advised that you just go ahead and do everybody for the family, because even if you have the global entry and your child is a minor, you can't take a child with you through global entry. Never did the background check or anything, so they have to get their own application going in order for them to benefit from global entry. Go ahead and do for everybody in the family, so that way, you know, when you get to the airport, it's not a case where mom and dad, or, you know, dad and the children don't have any global entry access, and you go through and you sitting around in Chick-fil-A eating. All right, so even though it's something that you think about and you'll be like, wow, is it gonna be that easy? Yes, it's gonna be that easy where, as I say, you literally just go up to the immigration desk, you scan, get your fingerprint, and you answer a few questions, and then you head back out. Not in any long line, you know, taking off any shoes or taking out your laptops, your tablets, your belt, all of those things that, you know, make you feel uncomfortable by the time you're supposed to go through the little machine there and get your x-rays done, and then they pat you down and all of that. No, you eliminate all of that process. All right, so I would encourage anybody, if you want to have a smooth, you know, process going through immigrations at the airport when you're heading back into the US and when you're leaving as well, then go ahead and apply for it. And then from there, and as I say, it lasts for 5 years. Every time you're booking your flight, you go ahead and put it on your ticket, so that way they know that you have global entry and the whole 9 yards, and you go through, and it's, you know, pretty simple. But let me know if you have experienced it already, or if you're planning, and you know, if you think you'll try it, and tell me how that goes for you. But in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. All right, comment, and make sure you're a part of the platform here. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in and making it the Think Nursing channel. All right, bye.